Stream should be up. Yeah. Stream is up. I should get. Welcome, everyone. Season 3, Round 3 of the Nemesis Racing League. Coming to you from Mexico this week. So, last week we were in Circuit of the Americas, the United States of America. This week we're virtually in Mexico. I myself, I'm not in Mexico, obviously. But, yeah, so we're doing round 3 today. Hope everyone is well. I hope you've all been keeping safe and all that sort of stuff. Let's talk a little bit about Mexico. So let's talk a little bit about the track. Length 4.3 kilometers, 16 turns. Not really that much to this track. Massive front straight, 1.3 kilometer front straight. Last week's was 1.2 kilometers in Texas, so Mexican front straight's a little bit longer. It's a pretty old school track. Online world record time, like the online one, is a 1:11.896 that I checked the other night. So we'll see if we get anywhere near that. We've got dry conditions at the moment, so weather looks like it's going to be good for quali. And by the looks of it, quali is dry throughout and the race is dry throughout as well. So we're going to have dry conditions all the way through, which is fantastic. Last week was the wet quali and the dry race, which made it interesting. Speaking of the race, this man on screen, the man who loves his M&Ms, Cornet F1, dominated last week. So set it on pole, was pretty much a lights to flag victory as well. So really impressive drive last week, super smooth, was actually quite enjoyable to watch. So he took out the win and was on pole position. Mark of Kenya was possibly one of the most spectacular crashes that I've actually seen last week, not long after he set the fastest lap. So he pretty much set the fastest lap, then absolutely had a cracking crash at the end there. It was quite spectacular. So he scored the fastest lap last week. So we'll see how Mark of Kenya goes. I think he's on here today. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there he is in the Mercedes. So he's with us today. So we'll see if he can be fast again, and hopefully without the crashing. All right, let me get my my track map. All right, here we go. So obviously full qualifying today. Last week it was Cornet from Hounsey, Stuart Little, Kachow. Last week it was Verstappen. This week it's F1 Keza. I kind of feel like I'm almost dealing with Mick Foley here, like the three faces of Foley with for all those wrestling fans out there. So I don't know if F1 Keza has another identity that he can ring out next week. But yeah, so he was 5th, Dommy Lee, Delta Lima, Zandvoort, Pump on Purpose in Viet in the other McLaren. So that was the top 10. It was a good qualifying session last week. And we got some times coming through. Looks like Stein is going to set time 1:14.9. So Cornet F1, he's gone a 1:14.4 straight off the bat. There's my man Van Rocco. He's going into the pits. So yeah, like I said, 1:11.8 is like the world record time. I don't know if we'll get to that today, but we'll see. Alright, who else do we have out here? Is that Delta Lima coming around? Yeah, it is. He's going to pit as well. There wasn't really too much. I can't remember if there is any qualifying bans or anything like that this week. We'll have to wait and see. Yurtis 09. And where's Ted Wardo? Alright, so some time starting to filter through now. 1:14.4 is the benchmark that's been set by Cornet. Did the same thing last week where he laid down pretty fast time from the get-go. And Exotic Flame, he goes a 1:15 too. So a few of the guys, 3 in the 1:14s, the rest in the 1:15s, and everyone else yet to set a time at the moment. High tide degradation on this circuit. So softs usually run about 11 laps, medium 17, hards like 23 laps maybe. We're doing 36 laps today. So that is going to make for a interesting strategy on if guys are going to do one stop or two stop. I don't see how you can do a one stop around here, but we'll see. Cornet did a pretty good job last week. So did Hounsey of managing tyres. So we'll see how that folds out. Who have we got here? Ted Wardo. So he hasn't set a time yet. He's about to. So Ted Wardo, he finished 16th last week. I think he had a pretty good battle with. There was a good battle with him and Toss the Caber last week in Ted Wardo. So he qualified 12th last week. So he's up to 5th at the moment in Q1. Still a long way to go, obviously. So time's starting to filter through now. Mexican circuit, Mexico, it's 2 kilometers above sea level as well, but I don't know if that actually really makes any difference in the game. I don't know if the game is that detailed that it has altitude that affects engine performance. If it does, my hat's off to Codemasters. Let's maybe do a little quick on board. We're just going to have a look at the circuit. I like Van Rocco's helmet, the old school Michael Schumacher. Oh, little brake lock up there. Pretty neat and tidy though. It's kind of like a little mini stadium section through here. And in this section, in the game this year, it's pretty much, well, depending on your setup and your skill levels, it's pretty much flat all the way through here. As we see Ted Watto hold it almost flat. Tommy Lee getting out of the way there, nice job. And then into this this famous stadium section where they have the after race presentation. This looks pretty cool in here. Good little sort of technical twisty circuit section. And then onto that long 1.3 kilometre straight. So pretty short circuit. It's only 4.3 kilometres. As opposed to most other tracks where are about 5.5 kilometre mark usually. So this is a little bit different. Where's Delta Lima? He's going to set a time. He goes a 1:15.8. Alright, so only 3 guys so far in the 14s. Seems to be the benchmark. What can Tiny Darth Spike give us? He goes 5th. Okay, so that's pretty good. Last week, he qualified 18th. Qualified 18th. And he finished... Yeah, I'm not too sure where he finished last week. I'll get back to you on that one. Alright. Who else do we have? The Racing Point Yurtis. Alright, so nearly everyone's set a time. Times are looking pretty consistent. It's pretty sort of 1:15s around that mark. Wait. Just trying to find that other Renault. Oh, there it is. Yep. So that's going very slow. Mark of Kenya, our fastest lap setter from last week. The giver of spectacular crashes. Let's ride on board with him. He's yet to set a time, so this is him setting a time. We've got 8 minutes left in quali in Q1. So everyone bar 4 guys down the bottom there haven't set a time yet. And Mark of Kenya sets a 1:15.1, puts him into 7th position. So guys that are at risk at the moment is Witt, but he's about to set a time now. Oh, 1:16.1. So he's going to have to go again if he wants to get out of Q1. 1:09. What about Will? How's Will going? Oh, that's very slow. So most of the other guys are in the pits. Here's my man Stuart Little. He had a DNF last week, so he qualified. He qualified up there last week. He was P3, qualified P3, and had an early crash, I think it was, last week. So he was one of 2 DNFs. Both the Mercedes DNF last week, so no points for them. Stuart just coming around the final turn. Oh, yep, here he goes. And he sets a 1:15.1. That's good enough for 8th position at the moment with 7 minutes left. And looks like Will's going to be setting his time. He's going to start his hot lap. All right, sorry. A couple of guys there just coming out of the pits, get out of the way for him. Good job. Little brake lock up there. So he's yet to set a time, Will, with 6.5 minutes to go. I don't think he raced last week. He was a reserve driver last week. We had a full grid, so just trying to work out who we might be missing. But I think it's Andre, the other Huss. Yeah, we don't have him this week by the looks of it. Anyway, so Will Ans, he's pulled out of that one. So he's going to have to go again because he's definitely in the danger zone. Stuart Little, yeah, he's... Oh, who's it? Marky Kenya! Alright. Not, he's still going, so that's okay. He bowed out of qualifying last week. He crashed out. So he couldn't set a time. He started stone cold last week, but this week he's in it to win it. Did have the fastest lap though last week, as we've discussed. 5.5 minutes left, guys in the danger zone. F1 Keza, who I think might have a quali ban. Will Ans, 1, Witt, Toss the Caber, the 5 guys at risk of dropping out of Q1. Toss last week had that really great battle with it was Pump on Purpose and Tiny Dark Spike were in there and Van Rocco. Some really good racing. He had a couple of incidents with his front wings, so didn't have the greatest day last week. It looked like he was going to sort of finish up there, but he ended up finishing 13th. But judging by as he goes, a 1:15.0. Hey, Toss the Caber. That's a good time. A 1:15.062. All right. He's means business today. So we've got 4 minutes 25 to go, and it's starting to get good here. It's Ted Wardo. He's at risk of dropping out, and that time is not going to help him at all. Dommy Lee, he's about to start his lap, so he's looking relatively safe at the moment. He's a 1:15.2. Cutoff at the moment is about... he's in the danger area. Anyway, 4 minutes left. We're going to find out. As looks like Van Rocco is out there. Delta Lima is out there. Yeah, the McLaren is as well. I think we saw Will was out there. Yep. All right. So they're all out there. They're all going to try and set a time. But it looks like F1 Keza is definitely out. As we're riding on board with Dobby Lee, let's see if he can... Oh no, he's pulled out. He's pulled out. All right. Oh, he had a lap invalidation. All right, so he's going to choose if he wants to go again or whatever he wants to do. Ted Wardo, P14. He's going to finish his lap here. and he's going to set 1:15.372. So beats his best time, but not enough to move him up. Oh, Weird. Okay, so Weird says, all right, I'm not messing around anymore. He goes P7 with a 15.1. What about Will? What's going on with Will? He hasn't set a time yet. So yeah, he's starting his fast lap now. So 2.5 minutes left. This is it for him. Either this lap or the next one if he has to go again. Delta Lima looks like he's just winding up for a hot lap. Van Rocco. So these guys are in the danger zone. The Renaults, one of the Alphas and the other Haas are in the danger zone at the moment. So we'll stay with Van Rocco for a little bit. Is that Exotic Flame? Yep. All right. So he's P14 Exotic Flame, and he's not going to better that time, so he will have to go again. Ted Wardo coming around, so he's going to start his hot lap because it is a short circuit. If you do bail out, you don't get punished too much. It's not like a Spa or anything or a Singapore. We're doing a whole nother lap. Is a big excursion. So it looks like Delta Lima is up. So let's see if he can get out of Q3. Will he do it? So 1:12. He qualified P7 last week, so he goes a 1:15.4. It's good enough for P16, so he's going to have to go again. And Will, did he not set another time possibly? I'm not too sure there. Looks like Juan's given up. And looks like Van Rocco's given up as well. Where are we? I'll try and get in on the action. Houndsy's out there. Don't know why he's out there. He's well and truly safe. Might just be testing something. Alright. Just trying to work it out. So Will, I don't know. I think Will's done. He's out. He's not going around again. Delta Lima. What can Delta Lima do? Currently in P16. And it's invalidated lap. So he's out. Will is not going to set a time. And Juan is in the pits. So it's going to look like that's a drop zone. Juan is out. F1 Keza. Will is out. Van Rocco and Delta Lima. So that's a pretty event-free. No, not even any spins or anything in Q1. Usually there is, but nothing. Everyone was very, very orderly, very well behaved. No penalties that I know of. I didn't see anything. Let's have a quick look. Any incidents? Yeah, just invalidated lap times. That's it. And not many of them either. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we'll have to start. We'll wait for Q2 to get underway. But the drop-off zone was Delta Lima in 16th, Van Rocco in 17th, Will Ann in 18th, Juan in 19th, and F1 Keza in 20th, but I think is serving a qualifying ban. Yeah, and all of those guys last week made it through to at least Q2. So that's just shows you, you know, the different tracks, different setups, suit different drivers. Especially Tosta Kaber, he's up there. Yeah, P5. He didn't make it out of Q3 last week. He qualified 19th, so he likes Mexico a lot better than the US. as we've got Q2 underway, 15-minute session. So fast guys up the top were Cornet and Hounsey. So those two were extremely fast last week. So those two are up there in this session. In Q1, we'll see how they go in Q2 as Cornet is about to head out now. And we'll get it underway. Looks like the Huss is coming out too. Right, yeah, so that was good. That was a good good little Q1. No incidents, no spinning around, no hold-ups, no yellow flags. Everything was pretty good. So track's starting to fill up now. Everyone's getting out. Is that pump on purpose? Yeah, pump on purpose. Led us away. So who's going to make it through to Q3? So it looks like, running the mediums. Okay. So pump on purpose on the mediums, Zandvoort on the mediums, and Stein on the mediums as well. All right, so a couple of little different strategies there at the moment. We'll see how that unfolds as we progress through Q2. As we're riding on board with pump on purpose, looks like he's going to try and get a little bit of distance there, and away he goes. So pump on purpose. Qualified 9th last week in the US, so he was a top 10 qualifier. Finished 5th. Had a good race, actually. Had a really good race. Had some good battles in there. So we'll see what he can do now. Sector 3 yellow flag. I think that's just a bit of traffic banking up there around the final turns to get some space to get a good run onto the front straight there. So someone set a purple sector through sector 1. So it's looking like a pretty tidy lap so far. Oh, he's pulled out. Okay, so I'm not too sure what... he had a lap invalidation, I think. Oh, Cornet! Just as I'm giving everyone a rap for no spinning, he goes off. So, not too sure what happened there. So, the pulse hitter from last week, he has a little excursion. And Exotic Flame sets the first marker in Q2. He's on the softs at 115.4. Q1 they were doing 14s, so that's definitely not going to be the benchmark, but it's a good start though. We've got Dommy Lee in the Red Bull coming through. Tiny Darth Spike set a time. Stuart Little was pretty quick there as well. Who's this? Yurtis 09. What can he set? And the times have already dropped into the 14s. We've tossed the caber with 114.9 in P3 at the moment. Hounsey just goes P1 with a 114.6. So we've got 3 guys in the 14s at the moment. So it's kind of going back the same pattern as Q1. Is this Kachow? Yep. I checked out Kachow's. I just randomly was on YouTube and saw the race that he commentated last week for the Still Fucking Racing League. I love his style. It's so good. He's like, I'm German, so I don't have emotions, so don't expect any emotions from me. I love that. Where's Ted Wardo? He's doing an outlap. Where is... No, we don't have a second. That must be Toss the Caber doing. He's coming in. All right, all these guys are coming in. Sorry, I'm all over the place at the moment. All right, Market Kenya, what do you got for us? Yet to set a time. He qualified up there last... Oh, no, he didn't. He was P20 last week. So he's gone further this week. Oh, he goes in. All right. And that's the other... Oh, okay, so Cornet is on his outlap. So he had that spin before. But pretty much most people set a time. Hounsey with a 1:14.659, and then Stuart Little with a 1:14.670. So super close there. Toss the Caber, Exotic Flame in the first person in the 15s. Then Dommy Lee and Tiny Darspike. So it's good to see the Red Bulls doing well again this week. Witt at P7 with a 1:15.5. Then their 1:15.68 by Ted Wardo, and then 10 down. Zandvoort is obviously set a time as well. So Mark and Kenya, that's an invalidated lap again. Pump on Purpose is on his outlap. So Zandvoort and Stein have had obviously excursions on those laps, so they'll have to definitely go again. Cornet had his little excursion. Mark and Kenya's trying to set a lap at the moment. This is Yurtis. Okay, he was up. Anyway. So 8.5 minutes left. What's Cornet got for us? Pole sitter from last week. Race winner from last week. That was a pretty big... he used all of... Ted Watto is holding him up a bit. Okay, so that's his lap done for now. We'll see if we can come back to him. Pump on Purpose. He needs to set a lap. Oh, he's invalidated again. Okay. So it seems to be a bit of... Oh, Mark and Kenya getting it a little bit sideways there. Seems like it's a bit of an issue at the moment with the lap invalidations. And everyone is going out again. There's only 4 people in the pits. So Hound, Stuart, Little, Dommy Lee and Yurtis. The rest of them are all back out on outlaps. We'll see what Mark and Kenya can do. Oh, okay, that's no good. So he'll have to try and somehow get it together to try and eventually set a lap. Kachow. So last week, Kachow, he was P4. He qualified P4 last week in Texas. Yet to set a time here in Q2. Tricky little part, that stadium section. Runs it wide and then brings it nice and tight to get the best line. P3, 1:14. Yeah, another one in the 1:14. So that's a fast time. Who else do we have here? Tiny Darspike is on his outlap. What about Ted Wardo? Ted Wardo's up. So he's P16 last week. He qualified. No, he didn't. He finished P16 in the race. Qualified P12. And he goes 1:15.026. So almost into the 14s. And Pump on Purpose. He's coming into the pits. We've got one of the McLarens out there. Oh! I'm not too sure if he was getting a bit loose there or if that was just me seeing things. Alright, we'll see how he goes through here. Currently in 10th with a 1:15.5. Will he improve that? Oh, he just does, but not by a lot. So he goes into 11th. Tiny Darspike sets a time for 10th. He's up at the moment. And he's on a 1:15.3 in 10th position. He goes a bit faster. A 1:14.992, so good enough for 6th. So he's putting himself out of the danger zone. But the guys that are in the danger zone is Pump on Purpose. Weird. Yurtis, Cornet, Mark of Kenya, and Pump on Purpose. So it looks like Cornet F1 hasn't been able to really get a hot lap going. It was Tommy Lee's not got it. Yeah, he was just getting out of the way there. This is Yurtis. Where's Cornet F1? Okay. Looks like he is on a hot one. Still got plenty of time. He's got 4.5 minutes to set a time. And it is the short track. Yeah, flat through there. That was very, very neat and tidy. Just coming through this. Looks awesome, this stadium section. It'd be excellent to actually experience it in real life. As Cornet F1 sets a 1:14.5, good enough for P1 at the moment. So he's in absolutely no danger of missing out on Q3. What about Mark of Kenya? How's he going? He's been trundling around. He's on the mediums. He might try and set a time here. He does, and he goes a 1:16.2. So that is not good enough to get you into Q3 at the moment. Here's Yurtis. Here's another one who's in the danger zone. And he's going to try and better his time. He's a 1:15.6 currently in P13. And he does a 1:15. Oh, he doesn't beat his time. So he's still in the danger zone. Who do we have out on track? This is Tiny Dommy Lee. He's in 10th. So he will want to try and cement his position with a 1:15.1 at the moment. Oh, he goes a 1:14.6. So 1:14.6 is good enough for P4. So he's got himself out of the danger zone there and looking for Mark of Kenya. What are you doing, son? I don't know what he's doing. Obviously coming back to the pits. Pump on Purpose is in P15 at the moment. It's the first time he's set in this Q2. And he sets a 1:15.6, and that's good enough for P14. Looks like Toss the Caber is coming out as well. Are the guys in the... Yeah, okay, Yurtis is not going to improve his time. So he's still in the drop zone with a minute 45 left. This is the McLaren. So Weird is in the drop zone as well. So it looks like there might be a little bit of teamwork here. Cornet F1 giving him a tow down the front straight. What a good teammate, Cornet F1. Very professional, I might add, as well. So impressive. We'll see if that's going to help improve his time, because he is, as I said, he's in the danger zone in a 1:15.5. Exotic Flame is in 10th at a 1:15.064. So he needs to get into almost into the, if he can get into the 14s, he'll be through. But some fast times here, like the top 8 are all in 14s. Let's see if he's up in the sector. We've got 49 seconds left. Oh, I don't think he's going to be getting through. The tow didn't help. Toss the Caber said, I feel safe enough for now. I'm retiring from the session. And can Yurtis get out? No, he can't. Mark of Kenya, he's going to have one more go at it. Interesting. Just interesting. Where's Witt? He didn't set a better time, so he's done. And Mark of Kenya, I don't think, is he going to have a go at it? But this would be pretty close. Will he get across the line? Yeah, he will. All right. So This is his bin it or win it session. And is that Exotic Flame out there? Yep, so he's currently in 10th. But Pump on Purpose is no good. He's retired. Zandvoort is in the pits. Alright, so Mark Kenya is the only man that can knock Exotic Flame out of Q2. So let's see if he can do it. Yeah, last week, P20, he had a crash. Stein set the fastest lap for the session as well, a 1:14.3. Will we get into the 13s? Well, he's up by 8/10. That's still not really going to get him in there, though. A little bit loose out through there. And he's going to set a 114.8 to go into P7, and Exotic Flame is out. All right, that was a pretty good lap there from Mark Kenya, an excellent lap actually to get himself up into Q3. So Yurtis is out. The toe didn't work from Cornet, so he's out. Zandvoort, he is out as well. And then you have Pump on Purpose and Exotic are the other ones that have missed out on Q3. So 1:14.3 is the fastest time for Q2. That was set by Stein. So we'll see if they can get that into, they can drop them down into the 1:13s for Q3. I don't think there's really any major incidents there. No, it was all good. Just invalidated lap times. Yeah, all the basic stuff. So a few guys used mediums. Yeah, it is a high tire degradation circuit. 36 laps we're going to be doing. So it's going to look like a two-stopper, I dare say. We'll have to see though how the strategy plays out. Ah, what on earth is this? This was not in the weather forecast. My weatherman told me that it would be dry. Quali is, rain in Q2. So my weatherman was right. I just didn't check my weatherman's predictions. So, all right, this makes it super interesting. So Cornet F1 looks like he's going to go out on soft slicks, which is very interesting. Actually commentated on a race last night. That was similar conditions to this, and it was just a bit like you were faster. It was raining, but it was faster to be on the soft slick than it was the intermediate or a wet tire. So I'm not too sure if that's like a glitch in the game but yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty tricky conditions for Q3 to see who can set the pole position. Looks like Kachow was the first one to head away. So yeah, 1:14.3 was fast enough for P1 in Q2. And we'll see if they can, I think that was set by Stein. So we'll see if they can drop it into the 1:13s. Well, that's not going to happen actually because of the rain. So the thoughts of that happening are nil. So he's invalidated his lap, but that's okay because he's on his out lap. So Kachow's going to lead us away. He is going to be the man who sets the marker. First marker for Q3. Last week, Kachow, he qualified 4th, P4. So he's a fast. He was a fast guy last week. P4, finished P7 in the race. But we'll see what he can set off for Q2. Other guys that are behind him, I think, is Cornet. You got the Mercedes I can see out there. Toss the Caber is out there as well. The Red Bulls are out there. Looks like the AlphaTauri of Stein is out there as well. AlphaTauri had an excellent race weekend last weekend. They scored the most team points. Let's see how the conditions are. If they're affecting him greatly. Doesn't look too bad. Looks okay. Significantly slower than in Q2 though. So he's going to come across the line instead of 120. What's Cornet going to do? He's going to do a 119.9. Mark of Kenya. He'll set a 119 or 120. Oh, toss the Caber. He does a 121. Just trying to keep up with it at the moment. Sorry. The Red Bulls. Where are we? Tiny Darth Spike. He goes a 121. Dommy Lee was a 120.9. What's Ted Water hasn't set a time yet. But, yeah, times were 114s in Q2. We're in 119. So the weather is obviously making a bit of a difference at the moment. And all cars are on track by one, bar one. At the moment, so Stein is in the pits. As we're on board with Ted Wardo, let's see what he can do. Good to see him in Q3 this week. He was P12 last week. And he goes around for a 124 for 8th position. I think Cornet, he's coming in. Mark of Kenya's coming in. Hounsey, he's P3 with a 120.3. I think we've barely seen Hounsey today. He's sort of just done his laps and been in and out. I think most of these guys will be coming in after doing their hot laps. So the only person to not set a time is Kachow at the moment. I'm not too sure if Ted Wardo is going again. But at the moment, as it speaks, it's a 119.9. Cornet leading us away. Mark of Kenya, Hounsey, Stuart Little, Dommy Lee. They're all guys in the 120s. The only guy in the 19s is Cornet. And then 121.042 is Tiny Darspike. Toss the Caber in 7th. Toss the Caber. Ted Wardo, P8, Stein, P9, and Kachow yet to set a lap time. Alright, so 6.5 minutes left to go. And we've got a provisional grid at the moment. We're going to have to see what transpires over the next 6.5 minutes, as the only man on the track is Ted Wardo. So last week, it was Cornet and Hounsey was 1-2. They're both in there at the moment as we watch the bollard go flying. Stein, so I'm not too sure what's happening with Kachow or Stein. Those guys haven't set a lap time at the moment. Maybe they're happy enough to just sit out and do one run in Q3. Not sure, but we'll have to see. Yeah, so last week the top 10 was Cornet, Hounsey, Zandvoort, Stein, Pump on Purpose, Weir, Kachow, Van Rocco, Dommy Lee, and Ben Smith. So Ben Smith isn't with us this week by the looks of things. Oh no, I think Ben Smith is Tiny Darspike in the Red Bull. Still getting used to everyone's names and whatnot. yeah, so we got sort of some similar names. Mark of Kenya definitely wasn't in there last week. He had the crash out in quali. As Stein has decided to go out, and he's on inters. So it looks like it has gotten wet. Has he missed a trick here? Because, yeah, all the other guys went out early and set a time on the soft slick. So I can't, and the track does look a little bit more wet. Looks wetter. We'll have to see, but he might have, left his run too late. He timed his pit stop to perfection in Australia. That was for sure, but maybe the timing is a little bit off today. Mark of Kenya's retired from the session. Looks like Cornet, Ted Wardo, Kachow. So a few guys, I don't know what's happening with them. Maybe some sort of connection issue. As we've got a few cars out on track. So looks like Hounsey is coming out on track for his second run. As we were riding on board with Stein. How wet is it? How much is it affecting them? It doesn't seem too bad. What's Hounsey's on full wets at the moment. I'm just struggling to get the power down a little bit there. But he was alright. Let's toss the caber. Joins the track. So 119.9 is the pole position at the moment. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know if that can be beaten. I think these guys that haven't done a lap on the soft slicks, they're not going to make it through. With the rain getting harder. Oh, he set a purple sector though, someone there. That's Stein, yeah. Okay. Let's see. So a few guys out on circuit at the moment. Just 3 cars. Stein tossed the caber and looks like it's Hounsey's out there. Yeah, looks pretty settled, so we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, 119.9 is the fastest. Ooh. Yeah, he's probably going to be in there. No, he's not. He's way off. Alright. Yeah, no, that was wishful thinking. Alright, so he's in a bit of trouble here. A 126, so he's not going to get anywhere near a 119.9. Maybe Hounsey's just coming out for a bit of fun on the full wets at the moment. Toss the caber has tossed it in. He's left the session, so wow, a little bit uneventful. That we've still got a minute 50 to go, but obviously with the weather it's made a bit of a difference, and it's a bit anticlimactic, isn't it, with the weather. So it looks like it's Cornet with a 119.945 as the pole position time. Mark of Kenya, so a massive turnaround for him from last week. Then Hounsey in the other Ferrari. Stuart Little, another solid qualifying effort from Stuart Little there. Dommy Lee in P5, so well done to Dommy Lee. He was up there last week as well. I think he made it through to Q3 last week. He did, yeah, he was P6 last week, so P5 this week. So he's gone up one. Tiny Darth Spike, he's in P6. And then you have Toss the Caber. So he didn't even make it out of Q3 last week. Ted Wardo. And then Stein and Kachow didn't set a time in that session. So, yeah, very anticlimactic session there for Q3, round 3 of the Nemesis Racing League. Yeah, so that looks like it's a provisional top 10. I don't think there was any incidents or any grid penalties or anything like that. Let's have a quick look. No, there wasn't. So that will stand as it is. That's our top 10 for Mexico. So Cornet F1. He didn't race in Australia, so I don't know why he didn't race in Australia, but he raced in Texas last week and he's here this week, and he's put on a clinic in both qualifying sessions. So he's 2 from 2 for pole position. Hounsey was P2 last week, P3. Mark of Kenya split those two this week. So yeah, this is shaping up to be a pretty good race. This morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are. Yep, I hope you're enjoying it, and we're going to start very shortly. All right, so it looks like we've got a dry race, which is good. Because it was wet in Q3, we'll have to see what happens with the tyre compound allocation setup. We'll see if anyone takes a opposing strategy with tyre selection. So we'll have to wait for it to get going before it does that. But yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll see if anyone is a little bit adventurous. And oh yeah, we're starting in 24 seconds. All right. All right, here we go. They're all getting away, so hopefully no one has any any dramas getting away from the grid. Make sure I've got everything set. Excellent. So yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's missed getting away. We've got the full grid at the moment. 20 cars. Oh yeah, so F1 Keswick is back. Alright. Let's have a look at fitted tyres. Everyone's on the softs except Pump on Purpose and Zandvoort. So no one in the top 10 has gone on a different type of strategy there. Pump on Purpose on the mediums, Zandvoort on the mediums, and 109 on the mediums as well. Everyone else is on the softs. So we'll have to see how that plays out for those guys. And it's 1 on the mediums. All right. So we've got a couple of guys disqualified from this session. Hopefully there's no incidents. Let's see, race director. Nah, so I don't know what they were doing. Okay, so they're coming around, pretty quick lap there. 36 of them to come, as we see Van Rocco and Will on the grid there. So yeah, predicted pit stop strategy, 2-stopper with the high number of laps, 36 in the tyre degradation. Yeah, definitely going to have to be a 2-stopper today. I don't think going a soft hard strategy would get you through, but we'll have to wait and see as they're all lining up there, and we're about to get started. think we're all good. Yep, we are. All right. So, Season 3, Round 3, Nemesis Racing League, 5 lights. Oh, held him a long time, but we go. Cornet leads him away, gets a nice start. He's being challenged by Mark Kenya. Looked like Stuart Little had a good start there as well. There's no chaos in the back. They're heading up the 1.3 kilometre straight. It looks like it's Mark Kenya from Cornet fighting for the lead into the corner there. That was Houndsy's gone wide across the grass. So he's dropped back a few. The Red Bulls are up there as well. Dobby Lee and Tiny Darspike are in 4th and 5th. So they've moved up. Houndsy's dropped down 4 positions. Weird has made up 6 positions so far. And Mark Kenya and Cornet pretty much gone side by side the entire race so far. So they're having a cracking battle. Cornet is in P2. Mark of Kenya is P1, followed by Stuart Little, and Dobby Lee's up in 4th. Toss the Caber had a good start as well. He's in 5th. Houndsy, though, has dropped down. Tiny Darspike, he's held his position. And look at this cracking battle for the lead at the moment. So Cornet takes it back, coming through that second sector there. As they come down, it doesn't look like we've had any retirements as yet. Kachow's dropped down significantly. It looks like Delta Lima and Van Rocker. It looks like Delta Lima's had a bit of an incident. We'll try and get to it, but this is for the lead at the moment. This is cracking racing for the lead as they lead him through lap 1. So it's Mark and Kenya leading. Cornet looks like Dobby Lee's going to have a go at Cornet down the front straight. They're all getting the toe from each other. Oh, will they touch? No, they don't. They're going to go 3 wide. 3 wide down the front straight. Can Dobby Lee pull it up for the lead? Yes, he can. He can. So what a move into turn 1 by Dobby Lee. Well done. He's taken P1. We got Cornet in P2 and Mark Kenya in P3. Great move from Dobby Lee. Up the front straight in the Red Bull. Great racing. This is for the lead. Toss the Caber is up there. Just having a look through. It's pretty close together everywhere. I don't want to miss any battles or overtake, but the action at the front has been pretty good. Cornet's got a 3-second time penalty. So, and Dobby Lee's got one as well. So multiple warnings, pump on purpose. One. So the guys at the front have gotten some penalties. Exotic Flame, he's moved up into 6th, so he's a big mover at the moment. Okay. All right, so no one's stopped yet. So it looks like everyone's managed to get away pretty well. F1 Keza, he started at the back. Dobby Lee is he's dominating right now. He's pulling, wow, he's got a 1-second lead already. And looks like Stuart Little's in the pits, so he qualified up there. He was P4, so it looks like he's had some kind of incident there, and he's had to pit. Mark of Kenya is in P2, so, Cornet. Not as easy as it was last week. Houndsy, the 2 Dutchmen fighting it out. And looks like Hounds has taken Cornet for the time being. He's moved up into P3. Can Cornet fight back? No, he can't. So he led all the sessions, but we find our pole sitter in P4 at the moment. Let's have a look through the pack here. Yeah, it's still pretty tightly bunched. Oh, looks like that's Will Ends putting the move on Stein. So, he can't make it work around the outside there. Oh, he loses the position. He hits Yurtis too. Oh, no! He spun it. He's lucky to keep going there. He's ghosted out. So, he's dropped right down into P16. He's got front wing damage. He's had to pit. So, tough break for Will there. He looked like he was doing pretty well. Who else? Oh, Cornet F1's in the pits too. So, he's had an issue there. He's gone on to the hards. I wonder if he's going to try and make those hards last until the end of the race. Pretty bold strategy, but we'll have to see how that plays out. So the the pole sitter from last week, he'd be spitting his M&Ms out right now. He'd be spewing. He's put it on pole. He's currently in P17 as we speak. But Dobby Lee in the Red Bull is leading them away. from Marco Kenya and Hounsey. Tiny Darspike follows, and Ted Wardo's giving chase to him. Just trying to have a look now for some battles on the track. This is not a bad one. Kachow, he's received multiple warnings. So is Van Rocco. So it looks like Stein and Toss the Caber. Ooh, touched wheels there as well. Yurtis is getting in on this action. And F1 Keza is lurking at the back there as well. So who started from P19, he's moved his way up into P11. Looked like he went across the pit entry there as well. This is a nice little pack brewing. Toss is trying to make the move on Yurtis. Can he get it done? So he holds position into turn 1. Oh, no. Oh, he spun him around. So Toss has been spun around. I think that was Yurtis that he hit. So he's dropped down to P15. So he had such a good qualifying as opposed to last week. And now he's dropped down and is right on board with F1 Keza. He's in P12. So terrible luck for Toss the Caber. Not too sure if there's any damage there. There isn't any damage, so hopefully he can continue on. So bad luck for Toss. Here's F1 Keza slowly working his way through there. Just trying to keep up with all the battles out in front. It's pretty tight. It's half a second. So this is 1, 2, and 3 at the moment. Dommy Lee from Mark of Kenya and Hounsey in the Ferrari. The other Red Bull in P4. So this is a good little battle here. Just trying to have a look for anything else. F1 Keza. Yep, so he's moved up into 11th now. He's got the DRS. Can he make it work? Here's Van Rocco. Oh, Mr. Woot is missing tonight. That's who's not here. Just work that out. All right. Oh, he touches. There's a little bump there. So he can't. Oh, he's got to hit him straight up the back there. All right, so Weird goes to 3-second penalty as F1 Keza tries to get past Van Rocco in the Renault. So it looks like we've had a change for the lead as we're with that battle. So Mark of Kenya, the man who provided us the most spectacular crash of the year last week, is providing us with with P1 at the moment. So sorry I missed that one. And looks like Dommy Lee's going to try and have a little go through this stadium area. The penalties are coming thick and fast at the moment. I saw Exotic Flame had one. Ted Wardo, he's moved up a position from Exotic Flame, who had that 3-second penalty. Oh, so let's get back to this. This is for the lead. Dommy Lee making the move up the outside again as he did on lap 2. And Hounsey takes, they go 3 wide. Hounsey takes Mark of Kenya. So it's Hounsey into the lead. Oh, Mark of Kenya comes back there. Did he touch Dommy Lee? 3-second penalty, multiple warnings. So it doesn't look like it was related to that touching of Mark Kenya. So it looks like that's all right for him. There's no damage either. So it's Hounds who's in the lead now. From Dommy Lee and Tiny Darspike's taking Mark of Kenya. So I wonder if Mark of Kenya has an issue here. Doesn't look. Oh, he does. He has damage to the front wing. So it was a bit rough and ready by him, but he had a bit of wheel banging, and looks like he's paid the price there. So his front end plate off the left-hand side of the wing has gone. So he's going to struggle with that, especially through this sector here where it's very downforce dependent. He's probably going to have to pit, so we'll see if he can get through to the pit window as Ted Wardo and Steiner and Exotic Flame are having a crack at each other at the moment. Oh, Exotic Flame slips through there for 5th. So this is a tight little pack there. So Mark of Kenya has pitted. Mark of Kenya is pitting. He wasn't going to try and make it to the pit window. So we're already on lap 8, so it's been a fair bit of excitement already. We've had a couple of changes for the lead as we watch Van Rocco take Zandvoort, and this is all kicking off here as well. Oh, they're going 3 wide as well. I heard a bit of contact. I didn't see it. Wirt was in there as well. They're going almost 4 wide down the back straight here. I hope this... Oh, no, I was just about to say I hope it doesn't end in tears, but it does. So that's Ted Wardo spins around. So he drops down. Wirt is still battling with Kachow. He's got a 3-second penalty. So what can he do? Oh, so poor old Ted Wardo, he got dropped down. He got spun around and dropped down. Oh, who was that? That was Kachow, I think. Exotic Flame. He's lost his front wing there. So I saw it in the background. I'm not too sure what happened or who he collided with, but he's definitely going to have to pit for damage. And Yurtis and Wirt are still battling away. This is Kachow and Stein. So race winner from round 1, Stein. Kachow and Dommy Lee's in the pits. So he's going to the mediums. So he started on the softs. I think the window was a bit longer than that. Maybe he had some damage. So we've got Hounsey in the lead from Tiny Darth Spike. And Stein is in P3, battling out with Kachow in P4. Cornet is working his way back up the field. So he's in P12 at the moment. As I'm just trying to stick with the battles here. Kachow and Stein. So Kachow's taken Stein for P3. So will Stein be able to fight back? But F1 Kez is not really getting up the field. He's P16 at the moment. Wow, all right. So, yeah, already at almost a third race distance. Quite a lot of penalties today already. A lot of multiple warnings. 3-second penalty as we speak. Pump on Purpose just gets another one there. Ted Wardo and Zandvoort. So I'm just trying to find the close battles at the moment. Hounsey is absolutely flying. So he's got a 5.7 second gap on Tiny Darth Spike at the moment. So he's doing it pretty easy out in front there. And it looks like this is Ted Wardo is about to pit. So that lap 10 for the softs is about the window. And had quite a lot of stops already. Oh, he's double stacked too. That always sucks. That's always rough when your teammate's in the pits as well. And he's dropping down like a rock in the ocean down to the bottom. As F1 Keza sets the fastest lap with a 117.4. So a lot faster than the pole time in Q3. Not anywhere near the pole times of Q2 and Q1. All right, let's just try and get our bearings. So most of the people have stopped. The top 6 guys have yet to stop. And most well, that's we won't expect Pump on Purpose and Zandvoort in for a little while yet. They're on the mediums. Stein was on the soft, so is Tiny Darth Spike. And Hounsey is pitting now as well. So he looks like he's going to go to the mediums. Yep. Will he be able to stay out? Tiny Darth Spike, he's going to pit as well. Stein is pitting too. And Zandvoort goes into the lead, but he's on the mediums, and Pump on Purpose is on the mediums as well. So they're not expected to pit for a few more laps yet. So this could be interesting here. Dommy Lee and DTL Delta Lima battling it out. And we've seen a few good overtakes by Dommy Lee. A bit of wheel banging there. Delta Lima runs wide, but Dommy Lee keeps the position. Hounsey's in there as well. He's going to have a look. Even though Dommy Lee's still got the DRS, Hounsey's going to try and go around the outside. He hits him slightly, gently, just a little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. No damage to either car there at the moment. But this is for P4. Hounsey's in P4 and he's pitted. He's gone on to the mediums. So Delta Lima, he's up there as well on the soft. So the 2 front runners, P1, P2, they're both on the mediums. Cornet's moved his way back up into P6, so he's slowly moving himself up through the field. Mark of Kenya, after his early incident, is in P7 as well. Tiny Darspike has lost a few positions. He's in P8. He's stopped though, so we'll have to wait for it to shake out for him. Oh, so we've got a few cars changing positions as Van Rocco sets the fastest lap with a 1:17.4. Alright, so this is Tiny Darspike. We'll get to Dommy Lee. Dommy Lee and Hounsey battling it out. And Tiny Darspike just received another penalty. So it's penalties galore today. We'll have to wait until the end of the race to see how that will affect the the final positions. Mark of Kenya. This is a nice little battle pack here. 4 very closely situated cars on the track at the moment. So we're lap 12 of 36. We're a third of race distance. And it's Zandvoort and Pump on Purpose, both on the mediums out in front. Hounsey in third. Dommy Lee in fourth. Cornet moved his way up into fifth now. To show the pole sitter showing his pace again. He's on those hards, so we'll have to see when he pits again. I'd say probably around lap 21, 22 or 23, around there, to set a fresh set of mediums. And Hounsey's just taken Pump on Purpose for P2. And Hounsey's on the mediums. Alright, so Pump on Purpose. He's still going to have to stay out a little bit longer on those mediums. And it's all kicking off here with these guys. With Starr and Van Rocco. Not too sure if either of them touched there. And we've just missed Dommy Lee taking Pump on Purpose. We'll see. We'll stick with this for now. Alright. Oh, and this is weird. And F1 Keza battling it out. So F1 Keza started 19th, moved up into 13th. Weird made it through to, he started P14. So he's kind of maintained his pace at the moment. He's moved up 2 positions. As Keza looks to make it work up the inside, can't quite get it done. As we're coming in, it's just perfectly situated for Wirt to go into the left-hander. Covers the line into the right as he moves on the final turn. So F1 Keza will definitely have DRS here. So we'll have to see once he opens that. Or does he have DRS? He should do. Yeah, he does. Or this could be interesting with Stein entering the track, Zandvoort entering the track as well. And looks like F1 Kez has been able to get it done into turn 1. So he's moved up another position. He's in P10. So started P19, now in P10. Alright, these guys are all bunched up as well. So Cornet is moved up to P3. So he's starting to slice and dice his way through the field there. Hounsey's still out in front with a 2.7 second lead over Dommy Lee in the Red Bull. But Cornet is giving chase. He's 3.9 seconds behind Dommy Lee at the moment. He is on the hard tyre though. So we'll have to see how he progresses with that strategy. So we've got a nice little pack here building up. This is pretty much our best battles on the track as Yurtis gets another time penalty. Another 3 seconds. So Markham Kenya having a significantly better race this week than he did last week. Qualified much better as well. There's Tiny Darspike. He's going to have a look down into turn 1 here. Big braking zone. No, he doesn't. So Markham Kenya's going to try and chase down Cornet, but he needs to fight off Tiny Darspike here. Oh, Cornet with the lock-up as well. Oh, Tiny Darkspark was getting pretty close there. You don't want to lose a wing here. Now, especially this point in the race, lap 15. Just check the stops. Yeah, they've all stopped. Okay, so Mark Kenya must have gone from soft to soft. So he will have to pit again, and Kachow just taken Tiny Darkspark. So I just missed that. Looks like Yurtis is getting in on the action there as well. F1 Keza just gets another penalty. So Tiny Darkspark starting to struggle a little bit here. He's lost a couple of positions, and he's going to come under pressure now from Yurtis. Oh, they both have DRS, so it cancels each other out. But he's making a bit of ground here on Kachow. Yep, so these three pretty tightly bunched. What about Mark of Kenya? So he's sort of gapped a little bit to Kachow now. So it's just almost a second. It's pretty spread out there amongst the top three. This is pretty much our closest battle. Three-way battle anyway. On the circuit of lap 16 of 36. Hounsey doing an excellent job there. So he qualified P3, but he's in P1 at the moment. So getting it done when it matters. And this is Yurtis putting all kinds of pressure on Tiny Darkspark here. So will he have a look at him in the stadium section? Oh no, Juan's out. Juan's retired. I thought it was Yurtis for a second. I was like, what's going on? But yeah, Juan's retired. I'm not too sure if that was a mechanical failure or if he's crashed. We'll have a look in a minute. But we just want to stay with this pack because this could get interesting down the front straight. So Tiny Darkspark has DRS on Mark of Kenya, and Yurtis is in there as well. Mark of Kenya sort of vigorously defending there. Alright, so the last time we saw a situation like this, it ended in tears. They all get DRS. So they're going to battle it out here. Oh, Tiny Darkspark looking to... Oh, do they rub wheels? They do. Mark of Kenya. Oh, it looks like he's hit from behind there from Yurtis as well. So it doesn't look like there's any damage. There's a bit of the old rubbing is racing sort of philosophy going on here, but no damage there at the moment. So a bit aggressive from everyone there, but it was fair. It was fair. It was aggressive but fair racing. It was hard and tough racing. So Tiny Darkspark, Yurtis, and Yurtis is putting him under pressure. So you get, Mark of Kenya, he's pitted again. That kind of does make sense though. With his strategy, I think he went soft. Maybe he's going to go soft, hard. We'll have to wait and see. As Tiny Darkspark gets the DRS, so does Yurtis. And there's no change of position there. Stein is hassling... Oh, Weird just put a move on F1 Keza to go to P10. Stein is trying to put some pressure on Van Rocco, but we've got... Mark of Kenya went to mediums. Alright, so he's going to try and get past Ted Wardo, who's also on the mediums. But the race as it is at the moment, though, is Hounsey in P1, Domi Lee 7.5 seconds behind him in P2, and Cornet in P3. Pretty sort of stretched out there at the front. So we'll try and stick with the guys where there is action. AlphaTauri boys had a good weekend last weekend, doing all right again this week. And that looks like Weird is going to make it stick from Keza. He does. So these two have just been sort of swapping positions back and forth for most of the race so far. Not really getting out of each other's view, as F1 Keza is going to try and make it run up the inside. Can he get it done into turn one? Or oh, he's ghosting out. So, oh, he's left the session. So I'm not too sure what's happened there. There wasn't any kind of incident. He's just left the session. Pump on purpose has left the session as well. So not too sure what's happened. Let's have a quick look. Incidents, collision. So many warnings, exceeding track limits. Doesn't look like there's any fatal failures yet. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Yep, so doesn't look like it was a crash. Anyway, let's get back to it. We'll work it out later. But that's Hounsey. So yeah, F1. Yeah, so F1 Keza, is he back now? I don't know. Maybe he's come back as like, so is he F1? If he's the F1 Keza, is he Verstappening? Is he another one? Toss the K-bar, gets a 3-second penalty. Alright, so sort of pretty stretched out now. Van Rocco. Oh, there was contact there from Yurtis on Van Rocco. So those two were battling it out with Toss the K-bar in there as well. We had that incident. He had a great qualifying, but the start of the race was very unkind to Toss. So F1 Keza is in the pits. So I'm not too sure he's joined again. Alright. As we're here with Toss, he's got front row seats. Ringside seats to the... Oh, Yurtis turns around! So that's ended in tears for Yurtis. He's had the collision with Delta Lima. Can Toss the K-bar capitalise on this now? Looks like he can. He's going to go up the inside. Yes, he does. So Toss takes a couple of positions. He's moved up into P13. Delta Lima is going to try and fight back. He's on the softer medium tyre, but looks like Toss has made that work. So he's moved up into P13. He just strolled through and said, "Let you two boys fight it out. I'll take this position." So Zandvoort, where's Dommy Lee? Is there any change at the front there? No. So Cornet though is chasing down Dommy Lee. It's 1.3 seconds. So our pole setter, he had the incident early on in the race, had to pit early, and we got Zandvoort and Van Rocco battling it out. Van Rocco moves through. Mark of Kenya. He's down in P10. He's battling it out with Will Ans in P11 in the Haas. So we were on board with him earlier when he spun around at the beginning of the race. So he's worked past Will. And yeah, these two are battling it out for P7, P8. Zandvoort in P8. Van Rocco in the Renault in P7. Looking for a few other battles. So this is Delta Lima and Yurtis. So Yurtis spun around earlier when we were on board with him. So this is down P14, P15, and Dommy Lee's into the pits now. So what's he going to go on to? He's going to go on the mediums, so he'll be able to make that work until the end of the race, no problems. So that moves Kachow. He's in third. Cornet's in P2. So I wonder how much longer he's going to go on those tyres. He's 17 laps. They can last about 23 on the hards, 22 around there. So we'll have to see how that works out for him. Just trying to... that's it. Alright, so we're back. Alright, so... no real close battles at the moment. We've got Yurtis and Exotic DTLR, Delta Lima and Exotic Flame having a go at each other here. Oh, so Exotic Flame, is he he did get it done. So he moves past Van Rocco up into 14th position. So they've both got DRS here. Van Rocco's going to come back at him. And he gets it done into the right-hander coming into the stadium section here. Pump on Purpose has left the session, so he's out. So we've got 2 retirees, Pump on Purpose and 109. And Ted Watto, he's gone into the pits as well. 2 Renaults line astern here at the moment. So there's mainly big gaps everywhere. There's nothing really terribly close. And as I say that, we've got a change of position there. Van Rocco over Delta Lima. Yurtis is giving chase to Toss the Caber. So Toss had he's moved up into P10, so he's done well from his earlier incidents in the race. Yurtis is going to put a fair bit of pressure on him. That's got that bug. Let's see how he comes through here. Oh, it can't do that flat with the hard tyres, especially this old. Oh, and Yurtis just flies by there to make the move on Toss the Caber. So Toss the Caber drops down to 11th. Can Yurtis keep it? Yes, he can. So he moves into 10th. So he just absolutely flew past him there. And it looks like Van Rocco is going to have a go as well at Toss. So Toss is now on the end of losing 2 positions. He's on his shoes on the other foot this time. So Van Rocco's made that move stick as well into turn 1. No, he locks up the inside right, but not enough to affect him. And he's moved past Toss the Caber, who's moved into P12. So we've still got Hounsey out in front. He's got a 12.3 second lead over Cornet. Kachow is 2.2 seconds behind Cornet. Then there's Tiny Darth Spikes, Stein, Zandvoort. F1 Kezo is retired from the session. So he was having some difficulties before. Oh man, there's so many. I'm not even going to bother moving through all of those. So there's too many. Van Rocco just gets a 3-second time penalty. But we're lap 25 of 36. So we're on the final third of the race. And we're going to bring it home. So I think there'll definitely be cars that will need to stop again though. So Mark Kenya and Domi Lee have done 2 stops already. So has a few other people as well. But of the top guys, no one's done 2 stops yet. So we're going to have to wait for them to stop again before we get the true idea. Oh, as Van Rocco goes down the inside, he can't quite make it work there. Yurtis is a bit slippery to the left, right. He's got the DRS now. Can he make it work? Can he get it done? No, he can't. Yurtis has got the line, but Van Rocco's got a better line into the right-hander. So he's taken in for position. He moves up into P9. So these 2 have a nice little battle here. So that's Van Rocco moved up into 9th. 9th position from Yurtis. Stuart Little, he gets another time penalty. Pretty much everyone has time penalties at the moment. All right, here we go. So the front guys are pitting. So Zandvoort is in the pits. Cornet, he's pitted. What's he gone to? He's gone to the softs. All right. Let's see if he can make that work. I reckon that's a pretty good strategy. Kachow. Mark of Kenya, I don't think he pitted again there. So we'll just have to wait on Stein. Stein's pitting by the looks of it. No, he's not. He's dropped down a position. So it's a change for the lead here. So Hounsey, who's stopped twice already, he has moved into P1. So he's just taken Stein for the lead. Stein's on those hard tyres, and they are 14 laps old. So I dare say he's going to try and run them until the end. But Houndsy, the Dutchman, is out in front from Stein, then Zandvoort, Domi Lee, Cornet. Let's keep an eye on Cornet here because he's on those soft tyres. He's been fast all weekend. I think he won the SFR race as well last week when they were racing at the Circuit of the Americas. Ooh, Stuart Little putting the pressure on Toss the Caber. Toss has been hovering around that P10, 11, 12 area. Stuart Little hasn't had a great race today. Now let's see if he should get DRS. Oh, he does get DRS. Is it enough to get by on this 1.3 kilometre straight? Yes, it is by the looks of it. Toss doesn't weave around, holds his line. And Stuart Little puts it up the inside through turn 1 to take P11. And Witt is in the background as well there. So here's the next, Toss the Caber is going to be coming under pressure from Witt as well in the McLaren. Oh, he gets a little bit loose out of there. I might stick with this. No real passing opportunities through here though. Houndsy, a 1:17.2, sets the fastest lap of the race. And Witt is going to take P12. So Toss the Caber is tossed aside by Witt. And he moves down into P13. Alright, so we've had a bit of a change of position here. So Cornet's taken Dobby Lee. Cornet's moved up into P4. So let's keep an eye on him. He's only 1.1 seconds behind Zandvoort in P3. And not too much further up the road is Stein. So can Cornet, does he have the pace to get back into P1? Can he chase down Houndsy? Houndsy's doing pretty well at the moment, but we'll wait and see. And I don't think there's any room for overtaking through here. He's going to hassle him all the way through. As he comes through, he's got the DRS. I think I heard the click. Yep. And that's Cornet moving into P3. So he takes Zandvoort. Zandvoort drops down into P4. He's being followed by Domi Lee at the moment. Van Rocco gets another penalty. But now the next victim on Cornet's M&M list as he goes the fastest lap, a 1:16.6. So he's liking those soft tyres. He's got the pace. And he's only 2.6 seconds behind Stein now in the AlphaTauri. So he's going to we'll see if he can put enough pressure on with 7 laps left if he's got the pace to get back into P1. Just trying to have a look down here. Yurtis. Seen a bit of Yurtis today. He's been on the screen a lot. He's in P10. Van Rocco. Let's get back to Cornet. So can he close down Stein? Our race winner from Australia from round 1, Stein, when he made the excellent decision to pit out of the lead when all others didn't and ended up winning the race. So we've only had 2 race winners this year, Cornet and Stein. So, and they're following each other at the moment. Witt gets a time penalty as Cornet is closing Stein right down here. Will get the DRS. And I dare say by the end of this straight, he's going to be in P2. See how hard Stein makes it for him. Not very hard at all. Just cruises past. He's on those hard tyres too. So that's Cornet in P2, now giving chase. He's 8.3 seconds behind Houndsy with six laps left to go of round 3 of the Nemesis Racing League, season 3. Can he make up that 8-second deficit to take out win number 2 for the year and make it 2 wins in a row. Dommy Lee, he's had another good race today. So he's in P5. Finished P9 last week. So definitely getting better every week. Improving his positions every week. Kachow is giving him chase. Stuart Little and Yurtis again. Oh, weird TV. He's disqualified. He received too many penalties. He's out. So, yeah, okay. So that's our 4th. He's a disqualification, not a DNF. But he's out. He joins Keza Pump on Purpose and Juan on the sidelines. All right. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So it's still 8.1 seconds, the gap up the front there. We'll keep an eye on that while we watch these guys on the screen. A nice little 3-way battle here. This is for P9, 10 and 11. So there's points on the line here. Stuart Little has had to battle back. Zandvoort and Dommy Lee battling it out. So Dommy Lee moves up into P4. Can he hold that position? Does have the DRS there. So Dommy Lee moves up into P4. He's 3 seconds away from Stein to get onto the podium. Oh, as Zandvoort comes back. Kachow's getting involved here as well. So he's in P6. Just want to get back to this little battle here. Exotic Flames taking Ted Wardo. Still, it's 7.8 seconds, the gap between P1 and P2, Hounsey and Cornet. And it looks like Kachow is taking Zandvoort as well. So Zandvoort has dropped a couple of positions this lap. And he's now down. Zandvoort's in P6. We'll get back to this one. 8.1 second gap at the front. So I'm not too sure if, as we're on lap 32 of 36, if Cornet can come back and win this one. And Stuart Little makes the move on Van Rocco to go into P9. Van Rocco fights back, locks up the left inside. He's not going to give it up without a fight here, Van Rocco. But he's coming under pressure from Yurtis as well. So Stuart Little's taken that. He's in P9 now. Van Rocco's coming under pressure from Yurtis. Just having a look up here at the front runners. No real action there. Ted Wardo and Delta Lima are in the pits. Yurtis just received another penalty. So the only 3 drivers out there that don't have... Whoa, what's happening? What's happening with Tiny Darspike here? Does he have an issue? He was looking like he was going really slow there. I thought he might have had some damage, but he looks like he's back up to speed. All right, I'm not too sure what was happening there. But the only 3 drivers on track at the moment that don't have a penalty is Stein, Zandvoort, and Will Ans. The rest of the field all have a penalty next to their name. So we'll have to wait and see after the race of how much that's actually going to affect their finishing position as Yurtis pits. Okay. Yurtis in the pits. Tosta Kaber is in the pits at the moment as well. So gap to P1 is down to 6 seconds. 6.1 between Hounsey and Cornet. I wonder if Hounsey... was that I think that was a Renault just getting out of the way there. I wonder if Hounsey will go across the line front or if he go backwards across the line like he did in Australia. We'll have to wait and see. The gap's down to 5.9 seconds now as we're on board with Kachow. So Kachow's going to get the DRS here. Yes, he does. There it goes. And he's going to try and... Dummy Lee defends. Can't defend hard enough though. And Kachow moves into P4. And he's able to pull it up in time. Had a little bit of a break lock up, but that's okay. So he's in P4 now. So Dommy Lee's dropped down into P5. Can Dommy Lee come back here? Does he have DRS? No, he doesn't. No, so it looks like Kachow... Oh, he almost runs up the back of him there. Looks like Kachow's going to hold that position for now, as we're on lap 34 of 36. The gap to P1, P2 is 5.7 seconds. So he is closing it down, Cornet, but I don't think he has enough. He has enough laps left to take Hounsey. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But Dommy Lee and Kachow is probably our closest battle that we have at the moment. Kachow's, he's sort of like a quiet achiever, isn't he? He's a bit unassuming, bit understated. You know, he's not flashy. You don't see him make many mistakes, but he's always up there. So he's just solid, really solid driver. Maybe a little bit understated, no emotion like his commentary. Maybe that's what helps. Toss the K-bar, gets a penalty. He's down in P14, so I don't think that's really going to affect his race too much. Had a bit of a dirty day, the old Toss. But this is a nice little battle brewing. So this is for the final podium. This is for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Gap to Hounsey's 5.6 seconds. And Stein is coming under pressure from Dommy Lee. Dommy Lee finished P9 last week. Oh, he just gets a 3-second time penalty as well. That's no good. But everyone's got penalties though. Stein doesn't have a penalty, so that's not good for Dommy Lee. So he's going to have to get past and gap him. But we're beginning the last lap at the moment. So Hounsey has started lap 36 of 36. Oh, that's Yurtis. Oh, is that Yurtis? Yeah, I think it is. He's like ghosting out. Yeah, that's okay. And I don't know if that's distracted Dommy Lee, but he's dropped back a bit. There's Toss rejoining the circuit. Ghosts everywhere at the moment. Yeah, we're on lap 36 of 36. We'll try and I want to get the race winner, obviously, but also want to see the others. Oh, lots of cars everywhere at the moment. So this is Zandvoort putting Dommy Lee under pressure. This is for P5. Hounsey's coming just through almost to the end of Sector 2 at the moment. We'll pick him up in a minute. This is a good little battle here. But the man who qualified P3 today, he finished P2 in Australia. He's going to take his first win for the year. Hounsey takes round 3 of Nemesis Racing League, P1. Well done to Hounsey in the Ferrari. Second comes Cornet with a great race. He had the issues earlier on. And the final position on the podium is going to be Kachow, being hustled all the way by the ghost of Yurtis. And it looks like Stein and Zandvoort. So Stein's gone up into P3. So he's taken P3, Zandvoort's in P4, Kachow's in P5, Tiny Darth Spike and Dommy Lee's dropped down to P7. So all the penalties making a bit of a difference there. Stuart Little brings it home in P8, and it's a race to the line. Mark of Kenya just pips Van Rocco for the final points position, and Will Ans is going to bring it home in P11. So that's a good effort from him after the spin early. Almost got points today. Well done to Will. He does get points with who's that in the exotic flame? Gives us a little bit of action towards the end there. So good victory to Hounsey there. Cornet finishing 3rd. It was Stein took the final podium position, and Zandvoort gets our driver of the day. Well done to those boys. So that was a good race. No safety car today. Not many incidents. We didn't have any spectacular crashes this week. Had, I think, 4 DNFs, so not too bad this week. as Houndsy celebrates his victory. Spray a little bit of the bubbler, and we'll do a quick little recap, and we'll wind this thing up. Alright, so Houndsy from Cornet, from Stein. That's our top three. So we go all the way down. We've had some DNFs, lots of time penalties. Just, yeah, I'm not going to talk about each and every one of them, but there was a lot, as we can see. So many. Doesn't look like there was any collision with Ted Wardo. Mostly just the old exceeding track limits. Yep, so many. Alright, we'll go all the way to the end. And that is going to be it. So, congratulations to Houndsy on his victory today. Well raced, started P3, finished P1. Well done, was the front runner the whole day. Congratulations to him. Thanks for joining us today. That was round 3 of season 3 of Nemesis Racing League. Join us next week. We're going to Brazil next week. So Interlagos, another short circuit. Hope to join you then. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your evening or morning or day or wherever you are. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.